So today our problem statement is we have been given a string say S and we need to find out the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. For example, if we have taken this string, the output is 3 because I can see the longest substring is ABC whose length is 3. Similarly, if I take this string where I can see all characters are B, so the longest substring can be only one character, that is B, whose length is 1. Likewise, if I'm taking another string like P, W, W, K, E, W, so here I can see the longest substring without any duplicate is your W, K, E, whose length is 3. Now let's see the logic, what we have done here. So obviously we have read a string and upon which we are calling a method or a function in fact. So length of longest substring. So this function is going to return the length of the longest substring present in the string without having any duplicate characters. So what we have done initially, we have taken a set. So this set function is going to create an empty set which is represented by your char set. We have taken two pointers or two variables in fact. One is your left starting with 0. Other one is your right. And we have taken this left and right to represent the sliding window where the left is going to be the beginning index of the window and the right is going to be the end index of the beginning window. Okay. Now what we have done is we took one more variable max length which is going to store initially 0, which in the due course of the execution will be updated, and towards the end it is going to give me the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. So we will use this right in order to iterate over this string that is given to me. So assuming this is the string given to us, I am going to calculate what is the length of the string. Accordingly, this for loop is going to go as many times. So right, it is going to start from 0, then 1, then 2, up to 7 because there are 8 characters here, it will go up to 7. Now, whenever I am finding the character that is having index right, say for example, when start with right that is 0, so S of 0 that is A, if it is already there in the set, then we will remove the existing character with this particular index where left is 0. So S of left, whichever character we have, that will be removed from the unique set. And immediately we are increasing the value of left. Now it may so happen this loop may be false if the character that I have in this right index is not available. So in that case, I'll just move on to the next one where I'm trying to add that character to the set. So if it is present already, then I'm removing the leftmost one and then I'm adding this right one. And later on we are going to check what is the max length where I'm using a function that is called max. What does max do? Max is going to give me the maximum value among the values supplied. So here we are supplying the original max length and we are calculating something like right minus left plus 1. So between these two, whichever is the maximum, that is what this max function will give me, which is getting stored inside this max length. So by the end of all the iterations, we will be updating this max length as well as this left, right, as well as the set. And by the end of this entire call, this max length will be returning the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. So now let us take the example. Assume we have taken the string that is S equal to A, B, C, A, B, C, B, B. Let's say this is how they are organized. The respective index of this each character we have written here. And when this function is being called, we will reach here and where the first line we have taken an empty set. So the char set is now holding no elements. And left we have set to 0. And max length is also set to 0. So now when we start this for loop where this right is going to take up the range of length of S. What is the length of S? We have 8 characters. So range of 8 means it is going to produce the values which starts from 0 goes up to 7, which means the right is going to take up 0, then 1, then 2, then so on till 7. So in the first iteration, when we start, so this right is going to carry 0. Now, when I enter this while loop, I can check while S of right, what is right here? 0. S of 0 in char set. As of now, you can see char set has nothing. So S of 0 means what is S of 0? That is A. A is not in the set that we have taken as of now. So as a result, what will happen? This while loop is going to fail. So now we can come down to this line where what we are doing is we are adding S of right, that is nothing but S of 0. What is S of 0? A. A will be added to the char set. As a result, what happened? The char set which is empty earlier, now it has updated to one element in it, that is your A. Now I'm going to calculate this max length where I'm going to check max of, what is the max length initially now? 0. And here I'm calculating like right minus left plus 1. What is right as of now? 0. What is left? That is also 0. So 0 minus 0 plus 1, it is going to give me 1. So now max function when applied on 0, 1 is going to produce what? 1. So in the next iteration where the right is going to take up the next value, that is your 1. Now when right is 1, once again we'll check this while loop. S of right, that is S of 1 is B. S of 1 is your B. So because B is not in the char set already, hence again this while loop is going to fail. So we will start from this where we are going to add S of 1, that is nothing but B will be added to the char set. As a result, your character set is updated to A, B. Earlier we had one element, now B is also added. Very likely iteration 3 where the right is going to take up 2. So I am checking S of 2, that is nothing but C is not in the char set. Hence again this while loop is not going to execute. Hence S of 2, that is nothing but C will be added to the char set. As a result, the updated set is now holding 3 elements A, B, C. Now, while calculating the length, so we have taken max of, what is the max length as of now? 2. And if I calculate right minus left, what is right is 2 and left is 0. So 2 minus 0 plus 1, this is your 3. So max of 2, 3 is going to give me 3. So by the end of iteration 3, we could see the char set is holding 3 elements. The left is still 0 and the max length is updated to 3. Now when we move on to iteration 4, now where right is going to take up 3. So when I check while S of 3, what is S of 3 is A. So A is already there in the char set, right? This A is already there. So hence this while loop is going to be successful. If the while loop is successful, then what is the first line that is going to be executing? So char set dot remove of S dot left. So what does this remove function does? It is going to remove one element from the set. But which element we are removing? S of left. What is left as of now? 0. So S of 0. S of 0 means what? That is A. S of 0 is your A. So A will be removed from the set. As a result, what happened? After removal of this A, your set is left out with only 2 elements, that is your B and C. In the meantime, the next statement is what? I am increasing the value of left. So left was 0 earlier, now it is going to be 1. Then we come down to this statement where we are going to add S of right. S of right means what is right now? 3. So S of 3. What is S of 3 representing? A. So A will be added to the set. Hence the set has now become, already we had B, C and A is added to it. So the set is updated to B, C, A. Now when I check this max length, now I'm finding max of What is max length as of now? 3. Okay, comma, right, what is right here? 3, and left is holding 1. It is updated just now, right? So 3 minus 1 plus 1. So this is also becoming 3. So max of 3 comma 3 is still what? The same 3. Now moving ahead, the next iteration, that is 5, where the right is taken the index 4. Now when I check S of 4, S of right, that is your B. So B is already in the char set, I mean the set we have taken. Hence what happens? Again this while loop is going to be satisfied. As a result, first thing it is going to do is it is going to remove S of left. What is left as of now? 1. S of 1 means what? B. So B will be removed from the set. As a result, what are the items or elements left out in set is C and A. And the very next line, what does it do? It is going to update the left with 2. Now, when we come down to this line where we are going to add S of right. So S of right means S of 4. S of 4 is what? B. So B will be added to the set. As a result, the set is now updated with C, A and B. Now when I calculate this max length, I am calculating max of, what is max length as of now? 3. What is right? 4. What is left is 2. So 4 minus 2 plus 1, that is 2 plus 1, it is becoming 3. So out of 3 and 3, okay, so I am getting the result as 3. So by the end of iteration 5, we could see the set is holding 3 elements CAB, left is updated to 2 and the max length is still 3. Now for iteration 6, the right is going to be 5, which means I am going to refer this character C. So when we check this while loop, S of right, that is your S of 5 representing C, is in char set. So it is there already. Hence this while loop will be succeeded. As a result, these two statements will execute, which is going to remove what? S dot S of left. What is left here? 2. S of 2 means what? That is S of 2 is your C. So C will be removed from the set. As a result, after C is removed, what is remaining is in the set A and B. And once again, left is getting increased by 1. As a result, left is now 3. Now coming to these two statements where we are going to add S of right. S of right means S of 5. S of 5 representing what? C. C will be added to the set. As a result, already we have AB. Now C is added. So it is updated to ABC. Now calculating the max length, once again max of, this is your max length as of now, that is your 3, comma, what is this 5 is? The right, minus what is left? 3. So 5 minus 3, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 comma 3 means once again the max is going to return 3 only. So by the end of your iteration 6, max length is still holding 3. Moving on to the next iteration, that is 7, where the right is going to take up 6. Now, when I check S of 6, that is your B, B is already there in the set, which means this while loop is successful. As a result, what is the first thing we are doing here? We are removing S of left. What is left as of now? 3. S of 3 means what? A. So, A is removed from the set. As a result, once A is removed, what is the remaining elements we have? B and C. And immediately what has happened to left is updated to 4. Now coming down to this statement where I am trying to add S of right. What is right as of now? 6. So S of 6 is represented as B. So B need to be added to the set. But what we observe here, B is already there in the set. And because B is already present in the set, again I cannot add B because set always hold unique values. So because B is a duplicate now, I cannot add it. So there is no update done to the set. Set still holds only 2 elements, that is B and C. Now coming to the max length calculation, when I see max of, what is the max length as of now? 3. What is the right? 6. What is the left? 4. 6 minus 4, 2 plus 1, 3. Once again max of 3 and 3 is the result is 3 here. So by the end of your iteration 7, we see that set is holding BC, left has updated to 4 and the max length is 3 now. Now coming to the last iteration where right is taken as 7. So which is representing B. So S of 7B is already there in the char set, which means this while loop will be successful. Hence, what is the first thing we are going to do? We are removing S of left. What is left here? 4. S of 4 means what? B. So B is removed from the set. As a result, it is left out with only one item. And left is updated to 5 now. So now when we come down to this statement, that is we are adding S of 7 because right is 7. So S of 7 is what? B. B will be added to the set. So now the updated set is your C comma B. Now when I check the max length, so it is max length is as of now still 3. And what is right? 7. Left is your 5. So 7 minus 5, 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 and 3 means again the result is 3. Now because right has reached the end of the characters that is present in the given string, so this entire for loop is going to terminate and it is going to return max length here. So what is the max length holding? It is holding 3. So hence the output that I am going to get is 3 because in this particular string the longest substring without duplicate characters is nothing but 3 here. So let us run this program. We have taken the string, the same string for which we have shown you the entire running process. So when I run this, so I'm getting. Now let's run the code to verify whether this is working fine. So we are getting length as 3 for this particular string. So if I'm going to change this, let's say 5 base, when I'm going to run this, we are getting the length is 1. The other sample we have taken like PWWKEW. Okay. So this should give 3 once again.